Welcome back to Dot Loop Training. This is session number 6, and in this session we're going to go over how to add a CDA request to your under contract folder. The reason why you want to add it to your under contract folder is because that's really the final step before your closing. So we want to make sure that that part of your folder is complete. Super easy. We're going to go over to Add Document, go down to Templates, and click on Templates. Over on the left you have some options. We're going to go right down to CDA Request, click on that, and then we're going to add a check to the checkbox and select Copy. This will import it into your folder. Once that says it's imported, we're going to click OK, and there is nestled in your Under Contract Documents folder. We're going to want to fill that out completely, so we're going to click on that to open it up, and then we're just going to go section by section. This is a pretend buyer loop, so we're just going to have discussion as we go through here, but you're just going to add the information as the spaces require. So pretty simple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, training only, drive. You are the agent, so you'll put your name there. I'm going to write in caps today because I feel like it. This is Mr. Buyer and Mrs. Buyer. You'll indicate what your split is, so we'll just pick one here. If this is a Copel lead, you will want to check this box, and that will notify compliance that the split will be a little bit different on this. And then you're also going to reference if this is a listing or a buyer, and in this scenario we are, but that will change depending on which loop you're entering this into. Here you're just going to follow the lines again, so title company, the name of the title company, the address of where you're probably going to be closing, or you can use the address of the title rep's office that you've been communicating with, so either one. The phone number of the title rep, the email address, so the title rep so you'll get this pretty early on into the transaction, who your contact is, and the date of closing. You can put this whatever format you like, as long as there's a date in there. So note that $150 IRE transaction fee is deducted from all transactions. Whether you pass that on to your client or you're going to pay for that, you do need to indicate that on this form. But here's where you're going to indicate what your side of the commission is, and this is pretty easy as a buyer's agent because it's already in the MLS of what you're going to be compensated by the listing agent, and we're just going to go with the standard 2.8%, and the commission is paid on the purchase price. Sometimes in the MLS they will indicate that your commission is based on net price, so be aware of that on the MLS listing. The client paid transaction fee. If you are passing this $150 fee on to your client, it does need to be indicated on this form. So if you are paying it, there will be a 0 in this box. If there's an agent bonus, you will indicate that here. Sometimes builders do that, and sometimes in different markets the listing agents will offer that, but we don't see it very often unless it's from the builder. Any agent concessions that you're passing on to your client would go there, and then you would want to put who they're paid to. Team splits. If you're on a team, this section will be applicable. If you are not on a team, you can go ahead and skip this. If you have any questions about the splits and how those work, I would definitely speak with your team lead or compliance to give you a little bit more information on that. Any other services that you are paying for out of the closing would be indicated here. If you have an in-house transaction care center fee, you will put that in this box. If there's a 2% list assist escrow, mostly with builders, that would go there. And any outside transaction coordinators that you're paying for. So that would be somebody that's managing your transaction for you that is not involved or not employed by Innovative Real Estate. So you would put that fee there and who that's payable to, so that when the title company is cutting checks, they automatically cut a check to that transaction coordinator. If this was a referral deal, if another agent called and said, hey, I have a client for you, will you pay me this amount to get them closed, this is where you would indicate that. So that would be an outside agent, or it could be an innovative agent too. And where their company is, their tax ID number, usually that's going to be the company ID, their company ID, not just the individual agents, the agent name, referring agent, and the percentage that you agreed to pay when this one closed. This is a new section right here, that did you like working with your cooperating agent? We really are trying to reach out to agents and thank them for being a great agent. So if you could please indicate on this section whether or not you liked working with that agent, that will give us an opportunity to really reach out and thank them for making it a nice, smooth transaction. So if you could take a second just to click the appropriate box, that would be great. If you're a part of the mentorship program, that's when this section comes in. So you will know if you're a part of the mentorship program because you will be signing a commitment and an agreement and understand what that works with. So you'll be speaking with the new agent coach about that. But if you are a part of the mentorship program, you will check this box. And please note that it says agents on an 80-20 or above pay, and then the agents on a 60-40 or 70-30 split, that fee, that $700 fee, is paid for by Innovative so that you can have that additional support. So if you're in your first or second transaction within the mentorship program, you will mark one of these boxes. If you are an 80-20 or above agent and you have elected to work in the mentorship program with mentors, then you would select this box and that $700 would be deducted from your earnings at the closing table. So make sure you have that clear. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me for some clarification. You'll also want to indicate who your manager is, so that would be your managing broker. I'm just going to say Myrna because I'm mostly out of the central office. And then your mentors' names, because they do get compensated for their time. Okay, so that's pretty much that form, and then this is pretty simple. You're just going to assign field and you're going to pick your name, and then once it says sign here, it'll pop up a window and this will say this is what your signature looks like. You're going to adopt and sign it, and it'll pop it right in there for you, and then you'll just want to date it. Make sure this form is done at least 10 days prior to your closing so that compliance has time to make sure your file is compliant and also get this form to title for you. They will send you a copy of it, so you'll want to be on the lookout for that. But 10 days prior to closing would be the ideal time frame to fill this out and submit to review. So once you've filled it out, you're going to hit save, and that will save it in your loop. Then you'll go back and you can see that it says not submitted. So once your file is, or once that folder is looking really good, you're going to go up to submit to review. Anytime you work in your loop, submit to review is going to be how you turn it in. So you might work in the loops and update your folders, but until you hit submit to review, compliance has not reviewed it. So we do need to make sure that that is your last step before you log out of .loop. So once you've hit submit to review, this status will say submitted, and then you're just waiting for them to take a look at it. If you have any questions on this process, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help you, and always refer to these videos if you have any other questions. So have a great rest of your day.